Hi, I'm Alan Kraslow from Progzilla Radio, also known as the Krazz. This gentleman right next to me is the fabulous Franck Carducci, who's here tonight at Fusion to put on a show and to close the show tonight, as a matter of fact.
As a matter of fact, yes, thank you. Thank you, Alan. Nice to talk to you after all this time.
We met each other a couple of years ago. You were so nice to send me some vinyl, and I play it for my American audience as well as my European audience. I enjoy it. And what I really liked about the music, and you can tell me a little about this, is how you can take straight ahead rock and roll with pure on prog and put it together into a package.
Well, I'm a big fan of 70s music, 70s rock, classic rock, and I think at that time they didn't need the label prog or whatever you call it, or theater, or sometimes they call it theatrical rock, stuff like that, or melodic. It was just music.
Glam, they called it glam back then. Yeah.
Some people tell me I'm glam prog.
Yeah.
So basically it's just you do music and then you put on a show with it. And what I always say is that for me the music is not enough. The music has to be good, what I was saying. But if the people are going to get out, buy a ticket and come see you, I mean they're better off on their sofa listening to your music on their couch comfortably.
They want more than music.
If they're going to go out, you got to give them more. So that's why we do all these things with the costumes. And you know, I'm a big Alice Cooper fan, David Bowie, Elton John, all these guys, you know, the extravaganza of rock and roll. That's what I love about it. So of course the music is prog, but I don't think people really care whether you call it prog or whatever. It's just a full show in the end. That's what it's the sound
about
and
the
visual
show
experience that I want to give to the audience.
And you, well, before the pandemic, did a lot of shows.
Yes, but even now after we
8 in a row, we were just talking, eight shows in a row here in England.
11, yeah, we have 11 here in England, 3 plus a day off plus 8.
Wow. And you got the squad with you, right?
Yes.
You want to tell our folks a little about them?
They're amazing. It's a bunch of young guns. That's how you say it. And you know, they're not afraid of anything. They get on the van. You know, we drove from Lyon, south of France, to Calais, and we didn't even know if we would be allowed because you know with Brexit now it's more complicated. And so I told them, you know, we have to drive there. It's 8 hours drive, and we're not even sure we're gonna make it. I didn't say that to Steve, of course, because I didn't want to freak him out. and they said, yeah, no problem, we just go, and if the customs don't let us in, we find another way, we take a train, we take a boat, a ferry, whatever, we'll be there. So I called my friend Steve, I said, we'll be there, because some bands were cancelling tours and stuff, and I said, we'll be there, whatever it takes, we'll be there, and we're here.
Awesome.
And, yeah, it's a great pleasure to be back here at Fusion.
Tell me about some of your influences. You mentioned Alice Cooper, David Bowie,
yes.
And you played one of the most unique guitars, the Shure.
Yeah, the Shure Gold from 1975 from Micro for Genesis. Yes. Of course, I have a very special connection to Genesis because I'm good friend with Steve Hackett, the guitar player.
Okay.
And he played on my previous album, and he kind of pushed me at the beginning of my career. You know, he told me you should make an album. I was like, yeah, nobody knows me. You don't care, you do it for yourself. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I did it, and then, you know, step by step, everything happened. But I'm a big fan of Pink Floyd. I'm a big fan of Led Zeppelin. Genesis, all the 70s.
That's the stuff I grew up with.
I love Supertramp. I love the Beatles, of course. And yeah, here we are in the land of rock and roll. You know, when you come to the UK, everybody has it. There's this rock and roll culture here, which makes it even more special.
Well, and I'm learning from being in the States and coming over year after year. This is the hotbed of progressive rock music right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, the lineup that Steve's put together here at Fusion is fabulous.
And he's been working hard. I know. I also have inside information. I know he's been working like hell. I mean, for 2 years it's been really awful, and he never gives up. Basically.
Oh, so we just kind of let them know who's behind the camera.
Exactly.
So. Let me ask you this. I know of your 2 albums that you sent me. You sent me the Blue Remaster.
Yes.
And I just played the long track.
Which one? There's only long tracks in it. Achilles?
Yes, Achilles. It's 14 minutes and 23 seconds to be exact.
Oh, wow.
I played.
better than me.
I played it on my show, and I hadn't played it because it was such a long track. And sometimes in radio, if you play a long track and they don't like it, they're going to go away. But I listen to it during the week. I prepare my show during the week, and I just stopped in my tracks. Moved over in front of my Marantz. I still had an old Marantz and a couple of Klipsch speakers. Sat on the couch and was just like this. There's time changes that just grab you.
Yeah, of course.
How do you put something together that's that long?
I don't know actually. For instance, there's a song in the same album about Alice in Wonderland. And when I wrote this song, I said I want to make a radio track. So I want to keep it like 4 minutes, no more than this. And then I wrote the story of Alice who got kidnapped by the Red Queen, and the Red Queen is like a,
right.
You know, she turned Alice into a hooker. And then at the end, the song was 12, 13 minutes long. So I was like, I failed. But whatever, if the story needs it, then it has to be like this. I'm not going to make any compromise.
Fail.
Yeah,
right. All of a sudden, we realize, especially with Prog music, there's no time limit except the recording.
I'm just telling the story, basically. I'm a storyteller.
Very good one. Very good one.
If the story is long.
How many albums do you have in total?
So we have I have 3 studio albums plus 1 that's live, and it's also in Blu-ray and DVD.
So it has a full show.
Yeah.
For
it's
the.
It's 2015, so it's quite a.
Can you go through the names of the years?
The first one is Oddity. So it's the one I released in 2011, and I didn't have a band, but only Steve Hackett from Genesis told me, you should take it, I you gotta do it, it's really cool. So I thought, okay, I did it. So the one with Achilles and Alice.
Yeah.
Then in 2015 we made Torn Apart, and then on this one Steve played a solo on it. So we have one song featuring Steve Hackett. And then after that we had a big tour in 2015. So we recorded a few of the shows, and we made this DVD and live album and Blu-ray. And then 2019, I made The Answer, which is the latest album.
Oh, that's the other album you sent me.
Yeah,
yes,
great album. That's the latest one. And then there was a tour that was supposed to start in March 2020 for this. So it was The Answer tour, and it actually started in 2021, at the end of 2021. But here we are now, March 2022. Here we are at Fusion Festival. Finally, we made it.
You made it.
So happy to be here.
There's a good crowd here.
Yes.
And I had a sneak peek. I jumped in this afternoon and got to hear the music. And I got to tell you, the soundboard work is excellent. The acoustics in here are good.
It's nice.
And when you guys were sound checking, I could hear it. And it's lively and it's crisp, which is the mark of a good sound man.
Of course,
crisp.
we were missing the audience. Which is the most important thing, yeah?
Right.
For us,
you don't have the energy feedback and the
for us,
sound.
it's all about sharing. It's all about giving. You know? So, but I'm really looking forward to it now.
I'm looking forward to seeing my very first show of Franck Carducci and the squad.
Yes, and the fantastic squad.
A fantastic squad. Okay, my friend, I think we're good on time. Once again, I'm Alan Kraslow. You can call me Krazz. That's what everybody does. I'm on midnight in the UK every Sunday night, live from Southern California on Progzilla Radio, progzilla.com. And Franck Carducci, your website.
I'm going to go do my makeup, but you can find all information on my website. It's www.frankcarducci.com. And we're also on Facebook and Instagram, Spotify. We're everywhere. You can find us.
Everywhere you need to be.
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to it, Frank. A pleasure, my friend.
Cheers. Thanks a lot for coming all the way from California.
Oh, my pleasure, and I will be back. And we'll be back later.
Absolutely.